Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing on today? I am super duper excited, guys. It is a new release exclusive with Darby Baham. And guys, she will be on shortly. We're going to talk about her new release, Falling for the Competition, and it is a good one. So, again, welcome to the cafe, guys. I am all dressed up fancy, as you know, with a lot of Darby Baham books. Of course, there is fashion, there is shoes, there is good music. There is friendship. So, of course, guys, if you're just joining us, like, tag, and share. Tell a friend to come on down to the cafe because guess what? We're going to be celebrating with author Darby Baham on today, guys. It is her new release that just released, Falling for the Competition. And guys, let me just tell you, Darby is amazing. Darby know how to do it. Okay. Take a look at this book box. Okay. Oh my goodness, guys. And there is going to be a giveaway. There might just be a book box that's up for grabs for the giveaway on today. If you guys are just joining us, I'm super duper excited. Darby Baham, she is a fave here at the cafe. Her new release, Falling for the Competition, guys. It is available hot off the press. It's available in ebook as well as it is available in print. And I am just chatting while you guys are coming on in. Darby will be here shortly. I'm super duper excited to chat with her on today as well. We have author Sharon Blunt coming to hang out with us on today. And of course, guys, like I said, if you haven't done so already, like, tag, and share. Tell a friend to come on down to the cafe because it is Darby Baham time. And guess what, guys? She's here. Are you ready? Let's give it a countdown. 3, 2, 1. Here she is, guys. Let's see. There is our buddy, our friend, and Darby. Darby, I was telling the people that you are a fave here at the cafe. Okay, now, Darby, I don't know if you can kind of see my attire, but with this book, okay, you brought the fashion, okay, okay, and the shoes, of course, and we're gonna talk about that a little bit. So I just felt that I had to be a little fancy today. You know, I was like, the cover is amazing. We're gonna talk about that too, but
Thank
I
you.
just felt like a girl had to get a little dressed up. How about that?
No, I love it. First of all, thank you for having me. Sorry I'm late. Second, I immediately saw the hat and was like, Angela should have let me know. I would have put my own little thing on.
Yeah.
But you look amazing.
Right, because we usually do tiaras, but today,
Yeah.
I just bust out the hat. We have Myra Cook hanging out with us today. Hey, Myra, thank you so much.
Hi,
We have
Myra.
author Sharon Blunt hanging out with us on today as well.
Hi,
Guys, let me
Sharon.
just tell you, you're in for a treat tonight. I am super duper excited that we get to talk with Darby Baham, guys. Her new release, a Fallen for the Competition. Darby, I want to let you know, it's fast paced, it's super cute. I am here for all of it. So I have lots of stuff that I want to talk about with you as well. And guys, if you don't know, this is a part of the Friendship Chronicles book 5. And of course, guys, she brought it with us with Shoe Diary. And one of the things that I'm excited about, guys, is every book in this series, Darby has dropped by the cafe to hang out with us and tell us about it. Now, Darby, those who may be new to you, my friend, introduce yourself to the people today.
Well, hi, everyone. I think Angela's already done a great job of introducing me. So thank you for that. As she mentioned, I have had the pleasure of stopping by the Literary Cafe for every single book in the series. So we could not have Falling for the Competition come out and not have this continue, right? We're book besties at this point, fashion besties,
Yes.
shoe besties, all the things. What's there to say? I'm Darby Baham. I like to call myself a storyteller on a mission to make women like me feel seen and believe that love is possible for them. Yes, them, because sometimes, we all need that second reassurance, right? And when I say women like me, that encompasses so many things. Black women, obviously, plus size women, women who have spent their adulthood checking off that list of shoulds and are trying to figure out like what actually makes me happy, right? Like recovering perfectionists, shoe fanatics, right? Like women who have close friendships with their girls or want to have close friendships with their girls. Women who are ambitious, who like, have these great career goals and are trying to figure out how do I balance my career, my love life, my friendship life, my family life, all of the above. I think you can get a chance to find yourself in these books if any of that resonates with you, right? And I hope that you give at least one of them a shot. Yeah.
I love that. And one of these, and we're gonna get more into Falling for the Competition too, but because we're talking about like the whole series and just your writing in general, one of the things that I love about your books is that your books, of course, it gives us that girl power. I love the friendship element of it, your sister friends or what have you. I love the funness of it as well. And we're going to talk about this a little later, about your books too, the aspect of things that you just bring out in your books as well. So thank you, Darby, for sharing your gift of writing with us as well. So we're going to get started because I know they are ready to hear about this. So first up, Darby, I love a cover. And guys, let me just tell you, Darby, that's where it starts with her, okay? It
That's
starts
how
with
we
these
started, for sure.
amazing covers. Because see, that's how Darby got me. First of all, her book, the first book in the series, it was the Shoe Diaries. And I reached out to her. I was like, okay, Darby, you have found a shoe girly. I'm a book nerd again. I was like, we gotta talk about this book. I so want to read it. And so we have been tied at the hip ever since. And then, of course, each book that comes out of that, she hits us with these covers. And not only that, guys, she gonna give us a book box, okay, with all of her books. So, Darby, let's talk about this cover first, my friend. Falling for the Competition. First of all, it's a play on words because you're giving us all the fall vibes. So, I tried to like match the cover as much as I could. I try to like give it to you on today.
I love it.
I love matching the cover. But tell us about this cover. I love it.
Well, it's funny because, first of all, I also love the cover. What I didn't realize that people were going to hone in on was the fact that the main character has glasses on. And, she has glasses in the book. One of her signature things is that she wears leopard print glasses.
Yes.
Which I just thought was like such a cute little element of hers. But I didn't think about the fact that you don't often see a lot of main characters on books with glasses. And that just like, it was kind of a happy, not even want to say a happy accident because the main character wears glasses, right? But it caught me off guard a little bit that so many folks were like, oh, it's so good to see someone with glasses. And I was like, wait, you're right. I didn't even think about that before.
So, Darby, it's almost like you had a whole nother representation that you didn't really think about. Look, the pretty girls who wear glasses.
Exactly. You too can, have and I love my friends who wear glasses. They almost make you want to wear glasses, right? Like, the frames are amazing. Like, I know I have my blue light glasses that I wear that are leopard print, and you find a way to like make it your style and make it a part of you.
Yeah.
I was really excited that people really liked that aspect of the cover. And loved the fall theme. Loved the color, the blues and the oranges and the reds. And you see we did that with the promo box where we blended a lot of those colors with that. So I certainly loved that. And then of course the connection between the two characters, right? It's a rivals to lovers, so it's a little bit of a tug and pull at first, but like we get there. I promise
we get there. And Darby, look, we gotta talk about this. So I feel like there's so many like things that I want to share with the people on today. Darby, all I'm gonna say is this, and we'll try to come back to it later. The banter. Oh my goodness, was just like on 10. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Now, Darby, you got to tell us about this because, of course, guys, once you read the story, you will totally get the title. Again, it's also like a play on words. Falling for the Competition. Okay. Now, Darby, spill some tea, my friend. Was this your original working title throughout the book as you was working on it, or did it come along? Because it's perfect for this book.
No, it totally came along. So, one thing to know about me, I never have the title before I write the thing. It just doesn't. I'm not. That's not me. That's
Darby's
not
like,
my
that's not
ministry.
me.
It's not my ministry. Usually, title options come to me as
Okay.
I'm writing, and I start to be like, "Oh, I wonder what this could be." And thankfully, my relationship with Harlequin is I usually send them a few options, and they have never been like outright no. Sometimes
Uh-huh.
they've been like, "Well, we kind of like this, but maybe something like that," right? For this one, they just chose one of them that I presented as an option. I think I sent them like 5 options and sort of the reasoning behind them. And they were like, falling for the competition. That's the one.
Oh, wow.
Let's do that one. I was like, okay,
Yes.
that works for me.
And
Um,
it's perfect.
yeah, it kind of came about just so the book doesn't start off in the fall. The book
Right.
starts off it's the fall semester, right? But
Mhm.
anyone who's ever been in school knows that fall semester actually starts off in August. So it starts there, but the bulk of it goes through, fall. Um, and as they were doing like these little cute things, like they're in a park or, they have this Friendsgiving. Obviously it's a rivals to lovers kind of thing. So it just sort of started to make sense that it would be something about like a competition type of thing and then wanting to like play with the aspects that we've talked about this before. My folks are not in a vacuum, so everything that would happen in your life is also happening to them. So they're in school, they're in business school, so everything that would come up in a fall semester comes up for them, right? They have group projects that they have to do. They've got group dynamics to deal with outside of just the two of them. And so it just sort of made sense that it would come to be something like falling for the competition.
And Darby, look, okay, see, that leads me into y'all. Let me just tell y'all, you have to read this book. This is such a fun, I love the pacing of it. I mean, there are laugh out loud moments, all this good stuff. Of course, the friends they get together, all that. But Darby, let me just tell you, honey, when she did her presentation, I was like, I want to be on her team. I mean, I
Right?
was like, from her outfit to, I mean, Darby, just
Yeah.
reading it, I can literally see it come off the page. And when women, when we are in our when we feel like we in our bag, I mean,
Yeah.
from her movements, her outfit, I mean, I was so here for it all. I was like, okay, where do I sign up? I want to be on her team. This is the winning thing. I love it. I love that aspect of the book as well. Now, Darby, one of the things that, again, I want to share with the readers that are following us on today, and they are still coming on in. We have Tiffany Jones of Tiff's Happy Place hanging out with us on today as well. We have Jennifer Copeland hanging out with us on today. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And of course, if you haven't done so already, like, tag, and share, tell a friend to come on down to the cafe because we are talking all things Darby Baham and her new book, Falling for the Competition. One of the things, Darby, that I wanted to make sure that we mention is that in your books throughout this series, and you definitely, for me, I have started calling it the Darby Baham signature. Okay. And that
Ooh.
is the shoes, the fashion, the good music. Okay. I have come to expect that in a Darby Baham book. So for me, it's like that's your signature in your books. Okay. And so for you, what was that like of bringing that aspect of you out
Yeah.
in this book, Falling for the Competition? Because it was there, honey. It was there.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, those are the things that I am passionate about in my
Yeah.
real life, right? So I think that's probably why it comes out so vividly in my writing. Um, I'm from New Orleans, so music is just such a part of my life. Like, everyone's got their Spotify wrapped up that they're doing these days, and it shows you how many hours you've spent listening to music. And I think mine said something like, I don't know, it was close to like 15,000 hours. And I
Wow.
was like, well, actually, I thought it would have been more than that, right? Because I listen to music all the time, and not just like we're just listening to it in the background, but you know how like some people, there are smells that remind you of a thing. music does that for me, right? Like, so I think that easily you can see that in the books, and the same thing with like what they're wearing, their fashions. I like to, it's important for me when I'm writing or when I'm putting together like the outline for the books, I like to think of the five senses, right? So
Mm.
even if I don't tell you all of the five senses while I like in the book, I have thought of them in doing the concept for it. So I'm always asking myself like, well, what are they seeing around them when they're in the scene? What are they hearing? What are they smelling? What could they possibly be touching? And what's the other one? Okay, I can't do the fifth one. But those are the things that are on my mind, right? And so it's easy for me to think about like, okay, well, what might they be wearing? Because that would give you a sense of, are they wearing something wool? Are they wearing something that's linen, right? That will tell you kind of a sense of like what's happening for them in that scene,
Yeah.
and make it vivid and make it realer for you.
I love that. And Darby, it definitely comes across in your writing, and it makes it so vivid. You do it so vividly that literally when you are reading your work, it radiates off the page and you can see it. And I love that. I love when I am reading, I have my own visualization of what is going on. And not only do you do that with their fashions and the environment, but you do it with the backdrop of their surroundings. So, I mean, it's like you get the whole feel that literally you can see it happening as is acting out on the page. I mean, from their facial expressions, all of that stuff. So I love that about your writing. And that leads me to something that Tiff's Happy Place that she mentioned. She was like New York City in full representation. And that leads me into my next thing, because not only that, but in Fallen for the Competition, as well as the book that was before this, New York was the backdrop. It's
Yeah.
almost like New York is a character in itself. Did you purposely do that in both the book before this one and this one? Or tell us a little bit about that full representation of New York City.
I don't know if you can see, I have on a New York City shirt right now, actually. um, Yes and no. So, and I try to do this in all of my books, that, I never want anyone who lives in the city that that they're in to be like that. We would never do that. And we would never go there. Right. So it's important for me to get that aspect of it right. And there's a lot of folks who live in New York City. So I don't want people to read it and be like, yeah, I mean, that's a thing, but you're not walking from that thing to that thing in 5 minutes, right? So
Okay.
it's important for me to get that right. And maybe this also comes from New Orleans. I just love cities and towns that have their own cultures and traditions and like their own little quirks about them.
Yeah.
So, you see like my books, the first one was in DC, or the first two were in DC, one was in London, and then the last two have been in New York, right? Where it is something where it's like I'm sort of playing around with, some people say like the friendship group is a second character. Well, so is like the
Yeah.
environment that's around them, right? And it's fun. I just think it's fun to like, if a person is going to NYU for business school, I don't want it to just be set where it could be, in Oklahoma for business school. I want
Yeah.
you to know that they're in New York City. I want them to be in Washington Square Park. I want them to go to, one of the characters lives in Uptown New York. I want them to be on Strivers Row, right? Like there's different things that I want it to be. If you've been in New York, if you've lived in New York, you would say to yourself, yes, yes.
I love that. And also with you doing that, Darby, too, you make us feel like we are there. We are there in the moment with them. So I love that as well about your books too. Guys, if you're just joining us, as you can see, we're having an amazing time. We are celebrating with author Darby Baham. Guys, it's her new one. It is hot off the press. It is Falling for the Competition. And you already know, yes, Darby, she's going to share a little short snippet with us. She's going to talk a little more about the book as well. It's available in ebook. It's available in print. We will be telling you how you can get your hands on a copy of it. Hold tight. There is a giveaway coming up as well. Now, Darby, I know that people want to hear about these amazing characters, okay? And so we're going to talk about some of the characters. Of course, you got some of the friendship group. Of course, we got they have their group text that you absolutely have to fall in love with. We love the closeness of the friends and stuff like that. But before we kind of go and talk about some of the characters in this book or what have you, is there a character in Fallen for the Competition that was exciting and fun for you to write? And then at the flip side, is there one that was a little more complex? So two-part question.
I actually really, I enjoyed writing all of them, but I really enjoyed writing Julian's character.
Ah, yes.
Because, he starts off so arrogant and so like you want to shake him and be like, what is your problem? But I loved writing like this character that you might not like initially, and then getting you to the point that you are just head over heels for him by the end
yes.
of it. And getting Keisha to the point that she's head over heels for him. Because at first she is like, I would be okay never seeing this man again.
Right.
Right. So I had so much fun writing that and then like showing the different moments where he like starts to be vulnerable with her, and you see like why he was showing up that way in the beginning, how it was a defenseman. Now, be real, in real life, if someone's just being a jerk, like just they're a jerk, you don't need to know the background behind it.
Yeah.
But in the book, you get to learn. You get to see how, like Tiffany said, you get to peel the layers back and really see what's going on there. So I really, really, really enjoyed that.
I love that. And okay, Darby, I have to mention this. I absolutely love, where I'm going. I love the meet cute. And it was like a double meet cute. Oh my goodness. Guys, let me just tell you, this might be the meet cute of meet cutes in Darby Baham books, okay? I absolutely fell in love with, just his whole aura, okay? And I'm not gonna give it away. I'll just tell y'all, I absolutely love the meet cute, and it was a double meet cute because it was like, really, and then the fact that she missed it until like when she was like, how did I miss him come in the classroom? But anyway, guys, I absolutely love it. So what was that like for you to write the meet cute for those two?
It's funny because I think I've said this to other people that I am not a person who, how when you watch the soap operas back in the day, did you watch soap operas?
I did.
I was really big on like General Hospital and All My Children and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But in real life, if I don't get good vibes from you in the beginning, I'm not a person who, is attracted to tension between like another person, right? On the soap operas, it's all like, oh, I want to fight you, but then I start actually like wanting to kiss you, and that doesn't happen for me, for Darby, right? But I wanted to play around with that idea of, literally crashing into someone, in your meet cute, being totally turned off by them, right? Totally being like, oh, this guy is so like, he is everything that I don't like.
Right.
And then me as the writer knowing, like, okay, we'll see how much you don't like him, right? And so I just really had fun with it. If that, like, it wasn't a ton of like super heavy thinking about it. It was just like, what could be a fun way to get these folks to meet each other and start the rivalry from the very beginning, right?
And Darby, I just love, I'll give them a little bit of tea. I love how when it happened, she was like in her Supergirl superhero stance. And then it was like, bam.
She's a boss, right?
Oh my goodness, I love that. So guys, let me just tell you, if we just gave you a little bit of tea, it's the meet cute. I love it. I absolutely love it. There are so many things about this book that I absolutely love. Now, Darby, I know they want to hear about the characters. We're going to talk about them a little bit. And of course, we're going to allow you time to read a short snippet for them. But of course, guys, we got to start it off with the heroine of this stuff. It is Keisha. It's Keisha's turn. This is Keisha's story. How would you describe Keisha's character to us? And we already know she's a boss. But guys, hey, I mean, Keisha don't flip the script. Okay, she just got a promotion as her father say, her good paying job. Okay,
Yes.
and she decides that she wants to go back to school full time. But what can you tell us about Keisha?
Yeah. So, I mean, that tells you something right there, right? And you're right. Her parents are like,
Like,
okay. I
you
mean,
give
we
me a
support
job.
you, but are you sure? Right? Keisha
Right.
Keisha is normally the, very steady hand in their friendship group. She is used to like, she shows up in the room. She's always, uh, she's a boss. Like she shows up, she's always, um, a person who, you walk in the room and, you have those people that walk in the room and everybody's eyes are immediately drawn to them. That's Keisha. And, I like to say she's a plus size beauty with thighs as thick as her New Orleans accent, right? She is, and she has no like qualms about any of that. Like she's like, I am who I am, I've got my girls
Mhm.
behind me, I know what I'm good at, and I don't have to put anybody down to be the best that I am, but like be clear I'm the best, right? That's how she presents
Right.
externally. But what you find out in the beginning, this is not giving anything away, is that Keisha, and this happens for a lot of folks, presents that way to the outside world, but she is
Yes.
constantly questioning herself, internally. So, she's
Yeah.
journaling and like going through therapy and all this kind of stuff of being like, everyone looks at me as like the person they don't have to worry about. Everyone looks at me as like
Mhm.
the person who's good, like she's the strong friend kind of thing, right? But she's always wondering like, well, if I fail, or if I don't get this thing right, what does that mean for me? That's like
Right.
completely opposite from who I am to everyone. And so then
Mhm.
she doesn't want to do it. She doesn't want to risk failing, except this one time she can't get out this idea out of her mind that she wants to start this new business. And she's like, well, I could do that while I'm working, but I'm going to take this leap of faith and I'm going to quit my good paying job, like you said, that she just got a promotion
Right.
for, and go back to school full time. And she's struggling even with that leap of faith in the very
Yeah.
beginning. Um, but she's doing it. She's struggling with it, but she's doing it. So that tells you a little bit about her.
Yeah.
But she was not used to crouching anywhere. She's used to
Right.
walking in that room and being the best. And then she meets, someone else who's also used to being the best. And,
Yes.
and that's where
Look,
they,
and
clash a little bit.
speaking of that someone who's used to also being the best, Julian, if you had to describe him in like 5 words or more, what would you say about Julian? And guys, he is he is a looker, okay?
Yeah. Okay, so that's the first thing. He's fine, right?
Arrogant one, but he's a looker.
Like capital
He's
F
fine.
fine.
Yes, he is. Yes, look,
Um,
and we can make it all capitals.
right. Capital FINE. One thing that I enjoyed saying about Julian throughout the book is that the friends call him Lepley because he looks like Tyler Lepley. So the nickname that they have given him is Lepley. So if you know who Tyler
Darby,
Lepley
don't you?
is,
Is that fun for you? Because you
yeah,
know how they have like nicknames before, and they almost have to earn being called by
yes,
their real name. I
yeah,
love that.
and that is straight from real life, from me and my friends. You start off with a nickname if we're going to be talking about you for
Really?
any, and then you, like you said, you have to earn your actual name. Because people date a lot of folks, and so it's like, am I going to remember this person's real name? Well, maybe if it gets to that point, but until then, you are, the thing that we are associating with you with, like you're Hawaii, you're
Right.
you're whatever. So he's Lepley. So he's fine. He's really smart, right? Like he's a Rhodes Scholar. He's a Morehouse graduate. He's
Yeah.
There's a reason that he is where he is. He's a big dog, right?
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
he is far more compassionate and passionate than he wants people to know, right? Like
Yeah.
he's put up a lot of guards um
Mhm.
so that people don't see that side of him. And I'd say he's funny when given the chance, right? And he is
Yeah.
smitten with Keisha.
Yes.
He is smitten with her. Yeah.
Yes. And in his own way, he kind of like smooth with the guys. I mean, even the way he kind of like went about trying to get like her full name and asking for the number, and it was hilarious. That's part of meet cute guys. But okay, Darby, I know that they are ready to hear a short snippet, my friend. If you can set the stage, set the tone, share a little bit about what you're going to share, and we are ready to hear when you start reading.
Awesome. So I went back and forth on which scene I wanted to do. There were two that I wanted to do. Um, I'm gonna do the one of them was like some banter between Keisha and Julian, but actually I wanted to do one that comes later in the book when
Okay.
Keisha is out with her friends and she is trying to, she's like, oh, I need you guys to like introduce me to, somebody new, right? Like a new person. And her friend Giselle spots this guy in the like party that they're in, but the friends have not met Julian thus far. They've only heard about
Right.
him. And so in this scene, um, Giselle spots Julian, but she doesn't know it's Julian. And she's like,
Right.
that guy right there, that's the one that you need to go after. And so this scene, I'm just going to read a little bit of it, is when they all start to realize, like, oh,
That's Julian.
that's Julian.
That's
That's the guy
Julian.
that you've been talking about all this time. Okay. Um, let's see where I'm starting here. I opened my eyes just as the song was winding down to see Gigi staring at me as if she was ready to pounce. Yes, I asked cautiously. Okay, don't say I never did anything for you. Okay, because I'm single too, right? And could certainly use my own plaything. Yes, yes, Gigi, I know, out with it. Look. In an instant, she turned my body 180 degrees and pointed my eyesight into the direction of a man who could have been a contender for the most beautiful person in the room. Dressed in all black like me, with his pullover sweater and pants barely masking the defined muscles in his arms and legs. It almost seemed like a spotlight shone directly down on him as he laughed among friends like he'd just heard the funniest joke in the world. That laugh, so genuine and pure, seemed to light up his whole face and was only matched by the gold herringbone chain he wore around his neck. I could see why Gigi had picked him out for me. He was the literal definition of a dreamboat. The only problem was that he was also Julian Langley. Oh, no, 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 I said, swinging back around to face Giselle and Reagan, my eyes open wide as I realized my two worlds were colliding into each other. What's wrong? Gigi asked, concern filling her face. I stood in front of them paralyzed, unable to answer her just yet, as my eyes darted toward Reagan for help. What? Gigi asked again as Reagan looked past me and immediately caught on to the problem. Oh, wow. Is that who I think it is? What? Who? What's going on? Gigi, look at who you picked out, she replied. Okay. No, Gigi, really look at him. The beard, the broad shoulders, the smile. Doesn't he have a strong resemblance to Lepley? Giselle answered, finishing up Reagan's sentence for her. Oh my God, Keish, I didn't realize, I promise. No, no, I know, I said, finally finding a way for my mouth to begin working again. How could you have known? I mean, how could you not? Reagan countered. Not now, Ray, I replied, scooching a little to the left to try to get us out of Julian's eyesight in case he ever turned our way. Okay, this is fine. Just because I saw him doesn't mean he'll see me. And even if it does, we're friends, right? So that shouldn't matter. Friends run into each other at parties all the time, right? They do, Reagan said, attempting to reassure me. Although, now that we've actually seen Lepley, I'm even more confused that you only want this man as a friend. Do you need to get your prescription fixed yet? Because you see how we see that that man is fine as frog hair, right? With my glass still in my right, I dropped my head onto my left hand and shook it in frustration. Of course, I know he's attractive. I told y'all that from day one, but that's never been the problem. Attractive, yes, but you didn't say that. Okay, that's true. You're right. Oh, wait, no, I said, you all have literally been calling him Lepley for months. What other kind of fine could he have been? Okay, that's true. You're right, she replied. But like, there's fine, and then there's the whole room stops and stares at you in awe fine. This dude is very much the latter. I know, I said. Trust me, I know.
I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness, guys. And there you have it. That is a little snippet of Falling for the Competition, guys. We will be sharing with you how you can get your hands on a copy. Let me just tell you guys, it's a great buddy read. Book clubs is a great read. This series, The Friendship Chronicles, is book 5, Falling for the Competition. As you can see, just for the little bit that Darby shared with us, it's such a fun read. Author Sharon Blunt said that she loved it as well. Love the snippet. Guys, let me just tell you, you definitely want to get this book. And of course, once you read it, guys, you're gonna want to talk about it. You're gonna want to talk to one of your friends about it. And definitely leave Darby Baham a review. Now, Darby, of course, my friend, we have to play a quick round of this or that. And because it's the holiday season, I love all things Christmas. It is this or that Christmas edition. Are you ready, my friend?
I am as ready as I can be.
All right. All right, Darby Baham, we're going to start with the lights. Are you white lights or colored lights, my friend?
White lights.
Okay. Is it ribbon or wreath? Is it a ribbon or a wreath for you?
On the tree or just generally?
On the tree.
Ribbons. Ribbons for me.
Well, generally. Okay. All right, generally. All right. Now the next one, are you gift wrap or gift bag? Gift wrap or gift bag?
Definitely gift wrap. I really enjoy that. Is actually one of my some people clean to decompress. I gift wrap. So
okay. Christmas movie or Christmas music? Christmas movie or Christmas music?
Do I have to pick? Can I do both at the same time?
It's all things you. So if both, hey,
I love both.
I'm both.
I love both so much. I've already started watching my Christmas movies.
Me too.
I've already started listening to my Christmas music.
Look, and Darby, I'm triple because you got to throw in the Christmas books. Okay, so books, movies, music. I'm all three. I love it. I love it. All right, now Darby, is it Christmas Eve or Christmas Day? Christmas Eve or Christmas Day?
Christmas Day for me. In my family, we cook all day Christmas Eve. So Christmas Eve is work for me. Okay. I mean, it's fun. You're doing it with family, right? But we are cooking all day from like 10:30 to 8:30 at night. Yeah. Christmas Day, though, is just all the food that. You can just enjoy yourself.
I love that. Well, Darby, of course, you have to answer this this or that. Is it apple cider or is it hot cocoa? Apple cider or hot cocoa?
I love both, but I'm going to give a slight advantage to apple cider.
Okay. I love that. All right, guys. And thank you so much, Darby, for playing a round of this or that with us on today, Christmas edition. Now, Darby, there is a giveaway. I'm excited about the giveaway. I know once they find out what the giveaway is, they're going to be excited too. Can you share with us, my friend, what the giveaway is going to be on this evening?
Absolutely. If I can ask you to be my Vanna Black, Angela, that would be great. So the giveaway is the final promo box for Falling for the Competition that Angela has in her hand. Well, she doesn't have your box. She has her box in her hand. But you will get the final one. Right, exactly. You'll get the final one that's been sitting aside for Angela's Literary Cafe's guest.
For the cafe. Guys, okay. Are you guys not special here at the Literary Cafe? Darby set a special one aside for
Yeah.
her tour when she would stop by the cafe. So I love that. And Darby, of course, my friend, you're going to be my handy dandy, beautiful assistant. On tonight, I'm going to go up and down the comment section. Of course, guys, if you have commented on tonight, you're in the running to be the winner of a gift box of Fallen for the Competition. Okay, Darby, I am ready. I'm getting ready to start. And when you tell me to stop, my friend.
Okay, and stop.
Okay. Jennifer, it's your day, girl, with your ribbon. You are the winner. If you will inbox me, you will get the final book box of Fallen for the Competition. Inbox me your information. We'll be sure to get that to Darby, and she'll be sure to get that out to you as well. Darby, my friend, the time goes by so fast. It's been amazing. I feel like it's so much I want to tell the people, but guys, you got to go get Fallen for the Competition. It is such a fun, enjoyable read. I mean, the gang is all there. You would just enjoy this particular story as well. And the banter. I mean, the banter, guys, I'm telling you, you will love it. And I also like Darby has some moments, like she said, where you will see a more vulnerable side of Julian as well. Now, Darby, please share with us, my friend, how can they get their hands on a copy of Fallen for the Competition? And guys, it is available in ebook and print.
Thanks, Angela. So you can get it wherever you like to buy books, whether that is, online retailers like Barnes and Noble, Amazon, Target, Walmart, all that kind of stuff. You can also get it at your local indie. So you can either request it from them, or there are a ton of local indie bookstores that I have partnered with. And you can find the links to all of those on my website at darbybaham.com/books. And so there'll be like the direct purchase links. You click on it and it'll bring you to, there's like a couple bookstores in New Orleans. There's a bookstore in Houston. There's a couple in Maryland. They're all over. Sacramento, Chicago. So find your your local indie that's close to you. I recommend starting there first, but listen, I have Amazon Prime, so I'm never gonna tell someone not to use, however you like to purchase books, you can get it from there. And as Angela said, it's available as an ebook and as a print copy.
I love that, guys. You've heard it here at the cafe. It's available basically where books are sold. Of course, support your indie bookstores as well. You can go, go to online retailers as well to get a copy. And of course, guys, once you get it, tell a friend to tell a friend, because guess what? During Christmas times, books make great gifts, and I'm sure that Darby would love this to be in somebody's stocking or what have you, Fallen for the Competition as well. In addition to that, Darby, you have to share with us, my friend, how can we stay connected with you?
Yeah, so the absolute best way is Instagram. I am on there all the time, as Angela will tell you. And so you can find me on Instagram at Darby Baham. I'm also on Twitter. I'm on Threads, both under at Darby Baham. On Facebook, I am under, I think it's Darby Baham -author. I will tell you, I am not frequently on Facebook, but I am on there. So if you send me a message, I will see it. But if you want to chat it up, and get a response in the next 30 minutes, Instagram is your best way. You can also subscribe to my newsletter. I send out a monthly newsletter. I promise I do not bother you other than that, but I send out a monthly newsletter. Yeah. And you can subscribe to that at darbybaham.com/newsletter.
I love it. And Darby, I'm glad that you mentioned your newsletter, because I was definitely going to say, guys, let me tell you, if you haven't already, definitely start following Darby Baham and definitely sign up for her newsletter as well. She has an amazing, amazing newsletter. And Darby, I am just super, super proud of you. I mean, man, Darby, it's book 5. Oh my goodness, for Falling for Competition in this series, book 5. 5. Super duper excited for you. And I want for you, Darby, can you share with us, my friend, what did Darby enjoy about writing Falling for the Competition and bringing Keisha and Julian's story to life?
Well, you touched on it a little bit. I really enjoyed writing their banter. That, I've done like the banter in other books before, but like when you have rivals, like you can really have fun with it. And that, like, that kind of back and forth where it's a little spicy, but not too spicy that that you feel the ouch, but you know that you've got two characters who are, like I said, they're bosses in their own right. And so, of course, the banter between them
Yeah,
is going to be, it's going to be good. And I really
yeah,
enjoyed writing that. I also enjoyed writing the Friendsgiving, or the scene that happens right after the Friendsgiving. So
yeah.
that's just a little nod there for anyone. But yeah,
Little
I
T,
just a little tea. But yeah, probably the
little
banter is
T.
the part that I enjoyed writing the most for these. And like I said, getting them to the point of, well, Julian didn't hate her, but she certainly did not like him, right? Getting them to the point of, this friction at the very beginning to, at the end feeling like I've found my person, and the journey that they take to get there. This was also my first book that I didn't do a third act breakup, because I just feel like you didn't really need one when you have that like push and pull the entire book. And so that was also fun
Yeah,
writing.
yeah.
You have to have your conflict in a romance, but figuring out a way to have that conflict without that like final third act breakup type of conflict. Yeah.
Wow, that's super cool. Well, congratulations to you. You did it well. As
Thank
well, guys. Let me just tell you, the time go by so fast. It's like, oh my goodness, Darby. But guys, I just want you guys to go out and get a copy of Falling for the Competition. Like I said, it's a great read. It's fun.
you.
Again, it's vibrant. You would enjoy it. You would enjoy the banter. You will laugh. All of that good stuff. I just love it. And of course, she brings the friendship, all that good stuff as well. So, guys, let me just tell you, definitely make sure that you are staying in connection with Darby Baham as well, that you are reading her work, you sign up for her newsletter, and of course, go out and get a copy, tell a friend to tell a friend. And of course, you can stay connected with me, Angela Anderson Presents, on YouTube and Facebook. Of course, subscribe to my YouTube is Angela Anderson. My Facebook, Instagram is Angela Anderson Presents. I do a little TikTok here and there as well. So, guys, that is our show on today. Darby, and thank you so much for joining us, my friend, as well. And of course, guys, as we always say, have an amazing day, because we're having an amazing day. And until next time, we'll see you later. Get a copy of Falling for the Competition. Bye bye.
Bye.